Hi and good afternoon, and welcome to Thfc Till I Die, the home of Tottenham past, present, and the exciting future as you join the #1 channel for your latest breaking, trusted transfer news as we bring you the very latest as it's day number 12 of the winter transfer window. And by God, has it been a window by half for Tottenham Hotspur. We are going to take a march on the top five. I really do think. I think it's going to put us into great contention for the second half of the season. Absolutely over the moon with it. We're going to go into it tonight, of course, at 9 o'clock. We're doing a weekly transfer look back at the last week. But what a week it has been, guys. But there is more to come. There's more rumours. There's more stories coming out of Tottenham. Could Gallagher be coming to Tottenham? Could Skip be on the way out? Could even Højbjerg be going? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? And who knows what more aces Ange has up his sleeve. And Daniel Levy, fair play to him, is backing Ange all the way as Tottenham march on, hopefully to win their first trophy since 2008. And how are we all doing this afternoon? Of course, it is Friday. It is game weekend. We're away at Old Trafford against Manchester United. And the game that we should win. And look, I'm going to welcome a few people in the chat. Philip will be joining me shortly. He's just ringing Eric Dyer. He had to ring the Eric Dyer helpline. He had to. He was in tears before the show about Eric Dyer leaving. So he had to ring up the Eric Dyer helpline. So we will see how he is. I just don't believe he's gone. I don't believe he's in a Bayern Munich shirt to begin with. Look, I wish him all the very best for the future. Thank you for your service, but by Jesus, you were a bad defender. Honest to God, you were awful. I mean, as a defensive midfielder, you were okay. But as a defender, Lord God, Bobo the Clown would have been better than you. But good luck and best of luck at Bayern Munich. Really do. Let's see who's in the chat. Big up Martin 958. Big up Martin. He says big up. He says, Rudu to replace Van de Ven or Romero, or will there be rotation? I know Romero isn't fit for this game, so it will be, I think, Rudu and Van de Ven as the back two. I need to learn his last name, Dragushin. I will get it right eventually. I don't see Ange going with three centre-backs. I don't think he will either. I think he'll keep with the two, but I can see Van de Ven and Rudu starting at Old Trafford. Big up Simon Cohen, who's our next signing. We could be looking at Conor Gallagher. That one's been rumbling. I got the very latest for that at the moment as well, guys. We've got DJ Samuel. Good afternoon, Coys. Big up, DJ. Hope you're doing well as well. Greg, we've got Greg Sound as well. Good afternoon, everyone. Signing Dragushin is not about replacing anyone. It's about having depth and rotation. We're aiming for Europe. We need to act like a big club and have quality all around. And we are acting like a big club. Let me change my glasses. Sorry, guys. I have two pairs of glasses, one for normal use and one for reading. They're wrong. I will get them right eventually. I'm blind as a bat without them, so I can't see absolute anything. Oh, that's better. We're aiming for Europe and need that like a big club, and have quality all around. We are acting like a big club. I think this is the first time we've actually gone out and done it early. And this is how big clubs act. You look at big clubs over the years, Chelsea, Manchester United, Arsenal, get the business done early. So now with the 2-week break coming up, it gives Ange a chance to get these players up to speed with Ange ball. And by the time the Premier League kicks off again, they will be updated. They will be up and running. We've got Martin Grazione. Hello. He's here. He is here. Greg saying that, will it affect players' momentum if they miss games? I don't think so. I don't think so. Philip, how was the Eric Dyer helpline? I know you had to ring it. You were in tears beforehand.
It was
so
just
please,
a call I had to take there. He's actually,
be honest with us. You were ringing the Eric Dyer helpline. Just be honest with us, Philip.
Yeah, and no, he was ringing to find out. He was looking to know what the German was for McDonald's and KFC, because he doesn't trust German food yet.
No, I was just saying there before you came on, Philip. I'll thank you for your services, right? Thank you for everything you've done. But by Jesus, he was a bad defender. And not bad defensive midfielder, but defending really wasn't his forte, was it, to be fair?
Well, yeah, he wasn't good the last couple of years. There's no doubt about it. He was a better midfielder, and he's good at pointing, though. Yeah, good at pointing. And another one, my favorite one of yours was, "I've got this."
I should have said that last night.
Yeah, I got
I'll
this.
never forget. That's my favorite Eric Dyer moment. The preseason against Barcelona, free kick. I've got this. I've got this. And then totally fucks it up completely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what? I forgot all about that, Philip. You just said that.
Yeah, I just thought I meant to mention it to you last night, actually. But
Yeah. Can I just say very quickly? I've got a few nasty remarks on X because of last night's show. Look, me and Mia are really good friends, and what me and Mia say on Twitter on the show doesn't mean how we really feel about each other as friends. We're very good friends. So Mia has her opinion. I have my opinion. But we respect each other's opinion. But for some of the crap I've got is there's some sad people out there, Philip, that got nothing better to do than just be a keyboard warrior. Honest to God.
I know. It is. And it's not, I mean, I must say, it's not fair to take it out on Dermot. Like, we're all entitled to our opinion.
Yeah.
And like, if you don't agree with it, you should respect the opinion and move on, not to make nasty comments on Twitter. It doesn't do anybody any good.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. We've got DJ Samuel, no more Eric Dyer. All the parties hat on. Woohoo! Can I just say, Dave, Philip, I've got something. This is Dave Harris today. Dave, this is Dave. If you're watching, I know you're sad. This is when he heard about Eric Dyer leaving. He just burst into tears. So, Dave, it's all right. It's okay. He's gone. So there you go. That's Dave. He's going to kill me for that. You do realise that, Philip, don't you?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you want to read some of these comments out, Philip? And let's put a bit of gusto into it.
Neil Shafton. Hi, Neil. Oi. So it looks like we are going after Noel, Liam, Rory, Frank, Fiona, Ian, Lip, Debbie, Liam, the youngest of all guy used to use Steve-O-Matic to destroy watermelons. I haven't a clue what that last bit meant, but I presume the first bit is all to do with Gallagher's.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's very good, actually. I'll give him
very
credit
good, actually.
for that.
Yeah, it's well thought out, that one, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. So good one, Neil. And Greg Silent to say, Martin, I don't believe it will. It means we'll pop less hamstrings. That's what really hurts development. Yeah, hamstring is not a good word on Tottenham at the moment. Jazz Fusion, anything to that Friday medical chat? It's next Friday, I think. Next Friday, I think, isn't it? Or is it?
Yeah, I think it is next Friday, yeah.
Next Friday, yeah. Martin 958. We now have 4 good centre-backs in Van der Ven, Romero, Dragusin and Davies. Well, we've 3 recognised centre-backs and a good stand-in when he's fit, but he's not fit now. He's out for 5 weeks, apparently. So, and Romero's not fit either. So the 2 lads could be in a baptism of fire on Sunday for Dragusin.
Yeah. Could be. Big up to Matthew. Can we sign Gallagher? The rumours are heating up. I'm telling you one thing. You better get your 50 memberships ready, Matthew, as you promised. Gallagher will be coming. I said it last night, didn't I, Philip? I've got this in my I've got this in my waters that he's coming.
Yeah.
And I've got more. We nearly got him in the summer, apparently, as well. But I'm going to go into that later. Yeah, there, Philip. Sorry.
And Martin 958 again. They say, Matthew, we have Werner, Kulu, and Madison. Do we need Gallagher? Yeah, we do. But another box-to-box player. That's what we need, and he'd be a great asset to us if we got him, I think. Yeah. Peter Emerson, big up Dermot and everyone in the chat. I have the same issues with reading and distance glasses when following a match, watch along on TV at the same time. Yeah, it can be.
Philip only has 1 glasses. I have to wear 2 sets of glasses.
Right, okay. Bad enough wearing these, but anyway. Matthew saying, yes, in my opinion, he's a versatile player who has the creativity if you give him a great squad. Yeah. Gives him a great squad, yeah. And Peter Emerson, big up, Philip. How are you, Peter?
Big up, Peter.
Neil Shafton again. But you won't need it now, Neil, anyway.
Hang on. It's coming back again. This is Neil after hearing about Dyer leaving. He's another one that's inconsolable. He's crying too. Unlucky.
Yeah.
Unlucky, Neil. I love that. I love using that. It's a bit of fun.
And Martin is saying, DJ Samuel, poor Bayern. What must Harry be thinking? The Spurs coach is leaving the lane and following him to Munich. Really dire. Yeah. Well, they've obviously seen something in him that they fancy. So the pace of the league will suit them better, I think. Not so quick. Anyway, Villa 1982. It's good to see a Villa fan in here. Dermot, any Villa transfer news? Well, the only news I heard about Villa today, Dermot, was Unai Emery won Manager of the Month, which is congratulations to him for doing that.
Yesterday, we made an absolute Horlicks of the news we got from Villa yesterday, Philip, by the way.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why I bring it up. I did save it, and I will bring it up. It's a good job he's come in, because this does, where is it now? Here we go. This does actually mean you, sir. Now, this player, right, Philip, he actually is coming from Sweden to Villa. He's not at Villa. We got it totally mixed up, right? So I was pointed out the chat after you left. So Aston Villa are holding talks with FC Copenhagen over Swedish striker Rooney Bargi. Now, this is a rumor for you, Villa, 1982. Let me know, would you be happy with this? Would you be happy with this striker coming in? And let us know also in the chat, what do you think Villa need to do to cement your top position in the league? Villa are having a great season, Philip, to be fair to them.
Yeah, they're doing and a good team to watch as well. They're a good team to watch. Okay, they were lucky to beat us because we were so wasteful, but still, Anyway, so Rooney Bargi's coming. He's going to bring his brother with him, Onion Bargi.
You're bad, Philip. That is funny. Greg said it made sense to convert Dyer to centre back. I didn't think it. Look, I'm going to read this out, but I've got Philip. I'll let you have your saying it as well, but I don't think it was. But it made sense to convert Dyer to centre back in the back three to act as the ball player with all that midfield experience, but he lacked so badly was in actual defending part of his game. Look, Philip. I don't think. Look, what's your view on it? He didn't have any ball playing ability as a back four. We should have went out and bought a centre back. What's the point of trying to recycle players, Philip, when we should have just gone out and bought what we're doing now? So, what's different between now and then and now, if you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we can't speak for them because in the past, I think one of the reasons he probably went being a centre back was he's tall and could head the ball. He good height at the back, but maybe lacking a little bit because Toby Alderweireld wasn't exactly huge. Not a giant. I know Jan Vertonghen was taller. I don't know why it happened to him. I really don't. And it's all I can say is now it'll be interesting to see where Bayern Munich play him, see where they play him, and how he gets on. It'll be very, very interesting. Whether they play him in the back three or back in the midfield. I think he might be a utility player for Bayern. Just come in whenever needed, whenever there's an injury or something. But I don't think he's going to get a lot of game time at Bayern, to be honest.
He might get enough to get a medal.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. There are far too many people who have to make anything and everything about them. Grow a pair and get over you. Is that at me?
What's that?
What do you mean, what's that?
What's that? What happened?
The comment, Philip, in front of you.
Sorry, Dermot. I was just my screen went dead there for a second. Sorry. There are far too many people who have to make anything and everything about them. Grow a pair and get over your hypersensitive ego. Who's that directed at? If you don't mind me saying so, it's is it directed at us? Because if it is, I don't know why.
It's directed at me from my comment earlier, I think. But there you go. All right, fine.
Well, okay. Let's move on. Martin 958, Gregson, it seemed like a tailor-made position for him, but he was always better in deep midfield, just like David seemed a good wing back, but then a much better centre back. Go figure. Yeah, I think Davis is a reasonably good wing back as well. He's okay. He plays centre back for Wales, so that was the experience he had in centre back. But let's look at it now. The king is dead. Long live the king. He's gone to Bayern Munich. He's their problem now, and let them look after him.
Yeah.
DJ saying Martin 958. It'd be even funny if Bayern don't win the trophy with Dyer. It would be, wouldn't it? And Harry Kane himself crying into their beer come next May. And Derek Hutchinson saying Adocius Erica Diabolicus. the Latin, the botanical name for Eric Dyer.
Try saying that. Try saying that after a skinful.
Honest to God, yeah. And oh God, let's go down celebrating their memberships. They are. That's from Matthew. So let's see. Signs
come in, Matthew.
Yeah. And Neil, look at it from a competitive standpoint. If you want to compete for trophies, you need to have a bench that's equal to your starters.
Yeah, exactly.
Big teams are in competition because they have the players. Yeah, you have to have a good bench. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
And I think we're getting there, Philip. At last, we are getting
there.
We
are. We're getting the squad.
Getting there.
We're getting the squad. And Martin is saying, DJ Sam, with the curses with them now, will be interesting to watch. It sure will. Yeah. It really will.
I know what Villa's after. He says yes to Rooney Bargy,
right. Okay.
and a right wing back. He says he needs. So big up. So, and also I want to say massive big up to Chris Looney. He's just become a YouTube member. He's joined the Sunny membership. So big up, Chris. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It means a hell of a lot to me and Philip that you join in. So there will be members only videos out tomorrow, pre-match thoughts, and also our predicted lineup as well. That will be out tomorrow for you guys. Oh yeah, this is Neil. Neil's come back with it.
I wonder. Oh yeah, that's fair enough, Neil. Yeah, we were just a bit concerned at that comment. No, thanks for that. Thanks for clarifying.
It was about too, Philip, and I'm trying to find the comment here. That's what he was on about.
We were bashing W. Yeah, very good. Thanks, Neil. Thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks Neil. It means a lot. That does. Sponge now. I had to get that in. I had to get it in.
I've started the onion Baji trip now.
Yeah, you have. Yeah. Go on. You're the comment reading, man.
Big up, lads in chat. I want some onion badges now. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And
yeah, so we've got here Villa 82. I've heard Zaha.
Look,
I've asked my man that question for you. What I do, Villa 1982. I'll ask him now. If Philip, you can move to chat now, can't you, Philip? So let me ask him very quickly for you. And then if you go down to Carl Simpson's post, that's the newest one.
Okay. Carl Simpson is saying, good afternoon, gents. Sorry I'm late. Have we signed anybody else yet? Not yet, Carl. No. Might take another few hours, you never know. We might be. Gallagher is supposed to be hotting up.
Yeah.
And Mazda Man is saying, that's a new name. Welcome to the chat, Mazda Man. Dragusin's agent needs sorting out. He's really annoyed the club with his post-transfer comments regarding Bayern not appreciated. Yeah, I think sour grapes is probably the way to describe that. He lost out on a lot of money by this transfer, so...
I will. We are going to get into that. I want my say in him because he's becoming an absolute pain in the
ass. Yeah, we have a question coming up later about this.
Yeah. We've got Peter M. I've just seen a short article on Sky Sports website where Dyer said he wanted to move to defence as he got older, as it suited him better than midfield. This was decided before Mourinho came with Poch.
Yeah.
Philip, how bad was he as a defender? How bad was he? Look, I'm going to put it out there, and this is not a dig at anyone. You got Dave on one side, who I respect very highly, who was very much Dyer is a bad defender, cannot defend. Which, to be fair, he's right. I think of most of what he's saying. And then you've got other people saying who won't slag him off, like last night with me and Mia, where he should be respected, and he showed more emotion in these goodbye videos than Harry Kane did. Really? But Harry Kane got less respect than Eric Dyer's got more respect. So where do you stand on it, Philip, on the Eric Dyer divide?
I stand. How do I stand on it? I stand on it that I nearly feel like saying at this stage on it. He's an ex-player now, so I don't really have an opinion on him. All I'll say was we've had better defenders. He made mistakes. He cost us points. He also had some good times. And I'm just prepared to let it go and let Bayern sort him out now, because we could talk forever about Eric Dyer. And I'd rather talk about the players we brought in and the future rather than go digging around what he did or didn't do in the past. I mean, he'll never be a popular player with Tottenham fans. And anything I say is not going to change that. So why don't we just let him, as the man said, let him rest in peace at this stage?
Yeah. Right. Villa 82, I've got some Villa news for you. Just let me, Philip, do you want to go through the chat while I stick these into the banners? Sorry.
Okay. I'm just gonna. That's the next one. Carl Simpson said, "Did someone say onion badgie?" I'm sorry, I didn't. Now, Carl, I go starting something. Neil Shafton, Wilfredo, I presume that's Zaha he's talking about there. And Derek Hutchinson is saying, "Do you think Harry Kane will be gutted if Spurs were to win the league this year?" I'd say he might have the odd little regret. Okay, it depends. If Bayern Munich win their league, that's fair enough. He won't be too concerned. But wouldn't it be ironic if Spurs did win it this year and Harry Kane came second in Germany? You know, you never know. And 164 Spurs say, "Good evening, guys. Good evening to you, sir." And Chris Loney is saying, "Hi, guys. Finally joined. Great show. My go-to, Dermot. You're a great source for transfers. How about the nags?" You got on the horses, Dermot. I keep away from them now, to be honest.
Shergar is my tip for tomorrow at 3:20 at Doncaster. That's my tip for tomorrow.
And that'll give you an idea how much he knows about horses. So anyway,
I tell you what we should do, Philip. I tell you what we should do for the crack, right? And I hope Chris comes in for this. Guys, we should do the Grand National or the Cheltenham Gold Cup as a watch along for the crack.
Yeah, it should be good. It should be good. Oh my God! The only thing I know about horses is they got 4 legs and they run fast. That's about it. I don't know anymore.
Do you know? Do you know? Do you know Shergar runs with a Ferrari engine in the back of his ass?
He could have needed the night he was kidnapped.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, just a bit of news before we get to Neil for Aston Villa 1882. We've got Toure and Callum Chambers can leave Aston Villa this month. Toure is under consideration from Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. And also, Philip, Aston Villa and Crystal Palace are tracking Luton Town defender Gabi Oso. Now, Luton have also recalled the Irish winger as well. What's his name? Obi
Kenobi.
Yeah, Obi Kenobi. I call him.
Yeah, I know the guy. I can never think of his name.
No, Obi-Wan. He's now been recalled back to Luton again.
Okay.
So he's now coming back. And just another bit of breaking news: Teddy Rowe has gone to Gloucester City. So that is a little bit of news for you, Villa 882. I hope that's okay. I'm still waiting to hear about the Gallagher deal and what's happening with that, Philip, to give people the very latest. So I didn't mean to So there you go, Philip. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to get that news out quickly.
Yeah, sure. Hang on, no, I'll get back in here again. Sorry, I was just doing a bit of work here. Okay.
Right.
Now here we go. Neil Shafton, Carl, go to the pharmacy. Just make sure being late doesn't mean you're expelled. We ring the Guinness Book of Records as well with your assets. Right. Martin 958. I heard Kane would consider coming back. Ange would turn him into an even bigger killer surrounded by these players. Well, that's true, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, last season, Harry Kane had to go foraging for himself to get the supply. He has it in abundance now. But, like, honestly, I don't think it's going to happen for maybe 2 or 3 years if it does happen at all. You know, he's going to have to prove himself.
Philip, seriously, Harry Kane, what is he thinking in Germany right this time? Now, we know Bayern Munich bought Eric Dyer to help Harry to settle in his personal life.
Dogs.
No, but seriously, no, I know, but being serious now, to help him settle in his personal life, right over there.
Yeah.
Do you think Harry could become so unsettled that if his wife say, right, I want to move back to England, that he could move back next summer to Tottenham?
It's possible. You never know. Well, if she doesn't take to the life in Germany, who knows? It shouldn't be the first wife to be unsettled abroad and bring the husband home. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see what's happening. But I think, you know, it's certainly not going to happen this summer. It may be, give him another year, maybe it might happen, you know. And Neil is saying, I think Dyer was being groomed to be a defensive mid, but because Dyer wasn't able to adapt, they just gave up. Well, that's possible. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Mads the man again. I subscribed yesterday and hoped someone would explain to my wife what an inverted fullback and a false number 9 was. I'm struggling enough with offside. Big up, guys, over the channel. I mean, an inverted fullback is one that plays inside, in towards the centre backs all the time. It kind of narrows up the pitch. And a false number 9 is what's a false number 9? That's a tough one, actually, to explain. It's a
false number 9 isn't a cam or a striker. He just sits there. He just pretends to be both, but he's a master of none. if you know what I mean. He thinks he's all that, but he's just, what are you looking up for? I think Jesus is coming down to Philip. I think he's getting the call and now keeps looking up at the sky.
Looking up at the boss here. No, carry on. Anyway, so you were saying about the false number 9.
Yeah. Anyway, is Philip going to be carted off now in a minute with the big? Is he going to get the big? Do you remember back in the day, Philip, when they had the hook to hook you off?
Yeah. Yeah.
Philip was there 1 minute, gone the next.
On the next, that's right. Right.
Oh, Mazda man, we'll get into that for tonight.
Get into that, yeah. It's a good question actually, because you hear it mentioned all the time, but actually explain it is kind of tough. As for offside, no one can explain that rule. Not even the referees know what offside is.
I tried explaining it to Derval once, and I couldn't even explain it to her.
Yeah,
I said it's just ridiculous. Peter M.
I think the best way of explaining VAR is when the Liverpool plays in front of the defence and the goal isn't disallowed. That's probably the best way of describing it.
Anyway, I've seen so many players come and go over the decades. Peter, like yourself, Philip, I quickly forget about ex-players. Dyer messed up with the video regarding the growth in the fan. I think that's the biggest problem I had with him when he sort of laughed off the no trophies bit, Philip, that video. That got to me. That angered me.
Anyway, listen, I keep saying, he's yesterday's news now, and let him go. Martin 95. I actually just subscribed after all this time. Thank you, Martin. You're very good.
It means a lot. Pick up a membership as well, Martin, when you're there. $1.99. Become a Sunny member. Why not become a member as well, sir? Where are we, Phil? There's so many people in the chat.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Big up to Neil as well. Kane will not recognise the new SPURS.
No, that's true. Peter M. The key aim for Kane and Cole must be CL winners medal. Well, that's it. That's what Bayern want, And Martin Shergar was presenting some weeks ago.
He was. Man.
Oh, yeah. He's actually, when Shergar was kidnapped, he was reputed to be brought down roughly around the area where I'm living. There was allegations he was kept around here for a while. So,
right, are you trying to tell us something here? Are you making
no?
I'm
only saying. Are
you trying to tell us you had Shergar all this time?
No, I wasn't living here at the time. No.
Okay, we can't blame you then.
Peter M saying, what I know about horses is that their manure is good for my veggies on the allotment. That's true. Yes.
Anyway, well, I know about horses is that their manure is good for my
veggies on the allotment. Yeah. Oh dear.
I like this one.
I like the fourth is strong with Luton. Yeah, Luton are playing tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the Obi-Wan connection, Star Wars.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Oh, you know that, do you? You know
about I'm learning.
No, okay.
And Neil is saying, a double Gloucester is a nice cheese. Take your word. I don't eat
really
cheese. I'm allergic to cheese.
Yeah.
Carl Simpson, Dyer has been brought in to wear Kane Skechers. Try out his boots for him, Well, he is no moon boots. He can do a Sketcher boot now.
Yeah. Now, this comment I think is for all men, Philip. This comment coming up now. This is our motto.
It's absolutely true, Colin. You never said a truer word.
You never said a true word. Absolutely. As I look to my partner, happy wife, happy life, and she's looking at me smiling with them eyes like you're going to be dead later. I've got a whole dog for you in the back garden. Just going to bury you in there, and then I use your body for manure to grow my carrots.
Exactly.
Don't know what Mary's got planned for you, Philip, but
probably a lot worse than that. But anyway, carry on.
Is there a torture chamber somewhere in your garden?
Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, Neil is saying, I can see the commercials for Bayern using Bahar aspirin for your toughest pain. Oh God!
I love our chat. They're the most funniest actually out there. Pick up, Neil.
Oh, it's a good one, Neil. And Peter M saying, well, Jimmy Greaves only lasted a season. Yeah, he was in Chelsea. He only lasted 6 months.
What? Why?
Why did he come home?
Yeah. What happened to him? Why was he away from his family, or what was the big reason?
No, the family, the wife, he was only married with a young. I think I'm not sure if he had any kids at the time, but the wife moved out to Milan with him. What happened in Italy was when he was bought, AC Milan were managed by a certain manager. He left, and a new guy took over who did not like Jimmy Greaves. There was a personality clash, didn't get on, and he gave Jimmy a hard time. And I think actually AC went away during that summer, went away into an army camp to do their pre-season training, which is very basic and very ruthless. Jimmy just said, "Fuck that, I'm coming home." He didn't like it, you know.
Peter Rem says, "Oh yeah." Brian says in the video, Kane the video had Kane laughing at Spurs not winning the trophy as well. So, yeah, people seem to forget he was in that video laughing as well.
Yeah,
people seem to forget that.
True, that's true.
No, seriously though, people.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know, that's true. That's true.
Hang on. Breaking news. There's rumblings in Kildare. Oh God, I think he's coming down to Wexford now. Dave and his big hammer.
Peter, yeah, in 1966, they found the Jules Rimet trophy just up the road from me. Yeah, it was found in a ditch with a dog called
Pickles.
Yeah. That dog became famous for a while after that. You know?
Did they not use it as the unauthorized mascot of the English football team at the time?
No, that was World Cup Willie.
Was it?
Yeah.
So basically, England were cheese.
You wouldn't get away with calling anybody a mascot that in these present days. No.
So basically, the '66 team were cheese, and they had to have their bit of pickle. Do you know?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Then they had the World Cup Willie as well. Anyway. I put horse manure in my rhubarb. Most people prefer custard. What is an audition for the comedians?
It is.
Oh, Peter, I can't eat cheese either. It gives me migraines. Yeah. I'm glad someone it brings me out in a rash. So I can't.
Does it?
Yeah.
Anyway, tequila. When is the party?
Which one's after Dyer leaving, or?
Yeah, probably. I want to say a massive big up as well to Adrian Chard, €2 super chat. Big up. Asian Cup match on now. I hope Qatar lose. Keep us up to date for that, Adrian.
Well, I wonder when Sonny's playing his first match.
We might even do a watch along to Sonny's first game, actually.
They're going to be in the middle of the night, damn it. They're going to be in the middle of the night, I'd say, usually.
Yeah. Dennis Law
9 hours ahead of us, you know?
Yeah. Dennis Law didn't last long, just like Rush. No, he didn't, actually.
No, that's true.
I tell you what I was watching last night, Philip. I got bored, and I ended up watching the history of Manchester United, right? They did one in the 80s, right? John Motson was doing narrated it.
Yeah.
And I tell you one thing, that team they had in the 60s, Law, Charlton, Best, Folks, the goalkeeper, they had a great side in the 60s, Manchester United. Talk about reinventing the Busby Babes.
Right.
Well, I'm asking you, Philip, because you were you remember them times, not me.
Jeez, yeah, I remember the Spurs times. Let me see.
But Best, Law, and Charlton, how good were they, Philip?
They were good. They were very good.
And how good was Dennis Law as a striker?
He was good. He was good. Dennis Law and Jimmy Greaves always struck me as the two best strikers around at the time.
Yeah.
You know, they were very good.
But we were talking about the other day, weren't about managers, Philip, and we came back like Shankly, Busby, Nicholson in the 60s, and then you had Bob Paisley. Do you feel managers then had a different way of looking at it, football, through the managers that came after them? So you look at Busby, you look at Shankly, you look at Tottenham. Manchester United and Tottenham struggled after their managers left, after Busby and Nicholson left. Liverpool didn't. Why do you think that? Why do you think that Man United and Tottenham struggled, where Liverpool just went from success to success to success?
I'll tell you why. Because Man United and Liverpool always had this chain of command. They had Bill Shankly, but there was always a couple of guys learning the ropes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Learning the ropes behind them. And that's how they managed to keep the continuity. Bob Paisley, what do you call him? That was the other guy.
Joe Fagan.
They were all under Shankly, and whereas Bill Nicholson had Eddie Bailey, and Eddie Bailey wasn't management material. So I think it's down to the continuity. They had people ready to step into the shoes. That's why they were successful. Whereas United and Spurs had to go and get somebody new in to do the job. I think that's the best way of.
Do you still think that's the way to go now? Should Ange have somebody under him that should be ready to take over from Ange when Ange leaves, because you want to continue the success that you've built? Is that the way to do? Is that the way clubs should be run?
Probably, but I don't know if the current climate would really dictate to that with the fluency of people moving around the game and whatever. So I don't know. It's a good idea, but whether it's practical or not, I don't know. I just don't know. You know, so I have a lot of noise here in the background here.
No, you're great. It's not too bad, Philip. It's not too bad. But
I
look,
can't stop it, unfortunately.
No, it's okay. I always intrigued in that, and that's why I tap into your knowledge of them, because I always thought, I looked at it last night, Man United struggled after Busby left, and really didn't find it until Fergie took over. Then you look at Nottingham Forest, Brian Clough. When he left, they struggled after Clough left. So did Liverpool have the right idea? And probably still do in a way. They didn't bring in their first manager they brought outside of the boot room was actually Graham Souness in '92 from Glasgow Rangers.
Yeah.
So should Tottenham be looking at Liverpool's? Is it worth looking at the back, looking in the past to sort of gain momentum for the future? If you know what I mean.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But it's a tricky one. Like the chance, if you think about Ange, right? If he brought somebody in behind him to learn the ropes, chances are when Ange moves on, he'd bring him with him. You know.
But Ange doesn't do that though. But how
he doesn't usually. He doesn't usually. But I'm just saying, you know, if this guy looks like he's got potential, he might bring him with him. I know the way he operates is with a new coaching team every side, and it's working for him. Yeah,
a lot of people are saying Ryan Mason.
Yeah, maybe. Although when he took over after Mourinho, well, I suppose he was thrown into the deep end, really, wasn't he? He's probably learned a lot more since then, you know.
Pete Rems says, on the other hand, the late great Trevor Francis thrived in Italy, which he did, Philip, to be fair.
That's true.
The first £1 million footballer. Look, I love looking at the past, Philip. I said to Derby last night, I love watching 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s football. It's just more, there's something about it for me.
Yeah.
But when you look at the great Liverpool sides of the 70s and 80s, what was the one thing that stepped out of you, Philip, that you thought, if I could put that within Tottenham, that would be the final key to success? What was the one thing you thought in your time watching Liverpool in that great 70s and 80s side that they thought that they had something special? What was the one thing they had?
They had a few things, really. They had good attack in rush. They had Graham Souness in midfield. They had good defence. They had a good goal. They had strength throughout the team. There wasn't a weak link in that Liverpool team. There really wasn't. So if I had to pick one thing that probably stood out from Liverpool, I think Ian Rush was the best striker around that time.
Not even Kenny Dalglish.
Well, yeah, Kenny Dalglish. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but I like Ian Rush. I thought he was tremendous. You know, if they had an Ian Rush in the team, maybe. If they had Kenny Dalglish, same thing. Yeah.
But what was the one ingredient you think that made them so successful, Philip? You look at Tottenham in the 80s. We were successful, but not on the same as Liverpool. What made them so successful? What made Liverpool the best team in the 70s and 80s?
The never say die attitude. They never give up in the match. Like Spurs had a reputation that, be it right or wrong, for being southern softies at times. You wouldn't have ever called the Liverpool team that. They were as hard as nails, and they kept going to the very end, as Tottenham do now. But Liverpool at that time really were such a difficult team to play against. They didn't take any prisoners. They weren't the cleanest team going either. I mean, you had bruises after playing Liverpool, but they were committed and they really got the job done.
I love watching like the 70s football. It's just so mental. So you wouldn't get away with it now. Watching the games back then, Philip, to be fair. You look at the great Leeds side of the 70s. You look at the great Liverpool side. The Leeds sides, they were dirty as hell.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you had Brian Clough bringing this new brand of football with Nottingham Forest and Derby County, playing the sort of brand of football that was a breath of fresh air. So what made 70s football for you, Philip, so special? Why is it the most special decade of all the decades in football? What was the one thing that you could look back and think, do you know what? I love that era of football. I love watching 70s football. I just think it's brilliant.
I think some of the tackles that went in, they would never get away. They'd be tried for murder today if they did some of the tackles. The Norman Hunters, the Billy Bremners, you know, these type of guys that Like, I mean, you wouldn't get away with it. The game has
Mm.
changed now. Like the likes of Norman Hunter, Tommy Smith, Chopper Harris, they would never survive in the present game
Yeah.
today. That's what made it.
No.
It was a man's game. Nowadays, players go down as if like they've been shot from the merest touch. That would never happen in the 70s. You know, you'd be told to get up there, you know, get on with it, you know.
I'm sorry I've gone on this way. I know it's a transfer show, but when I get into 70s football, I could just talk to Philip for hours about 70s, 80s football because his knowledge on the game is just second to none. And I don't mean to be rude, Philip, but I just love picking your brain about it.
Yeah.
Please don't take that. Please take it
No,
as a compliment.
that's fine.
Please
That's
don't
fine.
take it
That's
anywhere
fine.
else. But I just love picking your brain and I love asking you questions because I love that sort of. I eat that sort of history of football up anyway. Big up to We should do a show about that over the weekend. Actually,
Yeah, we could do. Yeah. Well,
I would
this
love
weekend
to.
go on. Right?
Yeah, but Adrian Charles says Sun playing Monday 11:30 a.m. Qatar is still
Well, that's
goalless.
early, isn't it? Oh, because that'll be 11:30 a.m. Is that 11:30 a.m. in
UK.
Singapore time or Chinese? Yeah, that will be 2:00 in the morning here or 3:00 in the morning.
Well, let us know, Adrian, what time that will be in Ireland. If it's on at a reasonable time, I wouldn't mind doing a watch along to Sonny. Today. We've got Peter Ram now shifting, says Tottenham are starting to show signs of stability and concentrate effort to change what hasn't worked for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, yeah, we'll finish off by then, Philip. Don't worry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Something has to be done, you know.
Toshak and Keegan was great.
Yeah.
Newcastle United are doing this very same thing. They're being ruined by clueless owners who spat tradition.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing, Philip. Is tradition still important to a football club? And is Ange bringing the tradition back to Tottenham where other managers did not respect it, but Ange is respecting the tradition?
Some clubs have a great tradition. Spurs is one of them. Liverpool, another one. Newcastle are.
Yeah.
Teams like Chelsea aren't because they were only founded in 2003, according to most of their fans. So they have no tradition. Even Arsenal have a tradition. But most of the historic teams have a tradition, and even teams that maybe not in the Premiership at the moment, like Sheffield Wednesday and Watford, they've got traditions, but it means a lot. But it means more to the older fans than the new fans. The newer fans don't really care that much about it. All they want is results, you know.
Adrian didn't have to put it as a super chat. You could have put them, but I'm really grateful. But thank you so much. Honestly, I didn't mean to put it, but thank you. It really means a lot. He says 11:30 UK time. Australia play tomorrow. I tell you what, Philip, if you're around Monday at 11:30, and
yeah, that's hang on. Well, of course, hang on, because the East is ahead of us, so that means it's 7:00 in the evening. Yeah, I was getting me forwards and backwards mixed up, but yeah.
Well, what do you reckon, Philip? What do you reckon?
The thing is, we have a watch along at 12:30 anyway, so we can't really do the two of them.
No, that's Monday, isn't it?
Tomorrow. This is tomorrow.
Australia playing tomorrow.
Play tomorrow.
But the
I see on Monday. Well, yeah. I don't at this stage. I don't know. It's possible Monday mightn't be good for me because I have a lot of work on. But you do.
All right. Well,
certainly. You know,
it
might be. I just don't know yet. You know.
Neil says, Dermot, you fancy 70s football with the short shorts they wore with Davy Bowie hair. I love just Davy Bowie anyway. And the way the dress, I love the 70s fashion anyway. I think it's mental. And then Jazz Fusion, that's why he likes it because of the shorts. That's just Jazz Fusion all over. He's inconsolable about Eric Dyer too. But anyway, Philip, look, we haven't got left, so let's crack on with the show, what it's meant to be. So I apologize it's taken us so long to get through the chat and we've got sort of derailed by 70s football. But anyway, Philip, bit of news coming out of Old Trafford. Conversations between Benfica and Man United are on the final details for Alvaro Fernandez. Still ongoing. It could be different formula and no longer a permanent transfer. So that's sort of changing for what I'm hearing, Philip. This is only a rumor. So I don't know what's going to happen. Look, very quickly on Manchester United and their transfer market, Philip, before we move on to Spurs. Where are you thinking Man United might need to strengthen in the transfer market? And where do you think he will strengthen if he does?
Well, you've got a good few players coming back now against Spurs. Casemiro's back, I think, and a few of them are back. So I think he needs to. Any player, he wants players in that want to play for the club, that have got a passion for the club. Because there's too many Man United players at the minute just playing for the pay packet every week. They're not really putting anything into it, So I think there's nearly a root and branch needed there. In every position, they want to have a look at it and see who to move in. So, okay, you'll get the likes of Johnny Evans will give us all. And Harry Maguire will give us all, limited as it might be. The likes of Fernandes, they're the ones that annoy me with United. They spend more time moaning at the referee than playing football. Sancho's now gone to Dortmund because he couldn't talk to the manager. And that boy Anthony's a complete disaster. So, they need a root and branch to root the whole thing out and change it as much as they can. Because not that I want them to do it now, because I don't want United to be a challenge to us this season. Let them do it over the next year or two.
Yeah. Well, tonight we are going to do a 9 o'clock. We are doing a transfer weekly, which is we're going to go back through the transfer market for the last week for Tottenham, and then we're going to go through each Premier League team, and we'll get Philip's thoughts on where they need to strengthen, what they need to do, and get his perspective on each Premier League team. This is going to happen every Friday. It's called Philip's. This is going to be a little part of the show, Philip's Premier League Rants. That's what it's going to be called, where Philip just gives it his all. Skip isn't available at the moment. It may change if Gallagher comes in. I've got news on Gallagher. Olsen is out to February, so I don't see him moving this month due to the injury. Now, Olsen was the Crystal Palace player.
Elise, is it? Elise.
Yeah, Elise. Yeah. Now, he's injured, so I don't see him. We've been told I don't see him being moved. But now, Gallagher, Conor Gallagher was close to joining Tottenham during the summer transfer window. Chelsea are not currently in talks to extend his contract and would sell him for around £45 million. Is that a snip?
45 million is not a snip at all, but it's good. It's reasonable value the way the market is at the moment for a player like that. Yeah. I'd snap him up.
So what are you doing now? Would you get him on loan to buy and then pay the 45 in the summer?
Yeah, let's see what he can do. And then a bit like Timo Werner. Get him in. If we like him, we buy him. If we don't, we send him back. Yeah. That's the way they do it. No win. It's no lose situation to do that.
No, that is true. But that is the latest we've got. Now, we've got Carl Simpson saying Dermot needs to crack out the white suit out the wardrobe. Don't go back to the 95 FA Cup final with the Liverpool players come out all them white suits. Now, I read this just before and I can't believe the bottom bit. But anyway, I was on another site yesterday and mentioned Dragoo has been given the number 6 shirt. As you rightly said last night, that Philip, the Dave Mackay shirt.
Yeah.
He says a hell of a pair of boots to fill, and the host of the show didn't know who Mackay was. Shocking.
God. That's nearly as bad as me talking to a Chelsea fan who didn't know who Peter Osgood was. That's even worse because Dave Mackay is one of the greatest players ever to pull on a Spurs shirt.
How can you not know who Dave Mackay was? Won a championship with Derby as well, by the way, as a manager. He took over from Brian Clough. Played in Brian Clough's championship winning side. Out the second division. Won the first division title with them as well. He won the double with Tottenham. Broke his leg twice.
Yeah.
Name me a
broke
player.
His leg in his comeback match. Broke his leg in his comeback match against Man United. That's... I wonder, have they heard of Jimmy Greaves by any chance?
How can you not have? Come on. I understand some younger fans not knowing the history, and we are doing the show, aren't we, next week on the history bit of Tottenham. Yeah. Why we're doing it on the 61 double side, Philip?
61 double side, yeah.
And then we're going to do on the 61, the 51, 61, and the biggest sides in Tottenham. So we're going to go through their thing. We've got Adrian Char. The Sun match is 2:30 Qatar time. Should work out to be 11:30 a.m. You can't let me know if I'm wrong. I think you might be spot on with that, Adrian. And thank you so much for the super chats. Really, really do appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me, Philip. Adrian Char, fecking Qatar has won up against Lebanon. Now, damn, didn't know Lebanon had a 45 plus 5.
That must be where the game is now. Must be nearly over.
No, 45 million. 45.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 5. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. So I'm thinking of the timing in the other game. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah,
could be it. I don't know. We've got Hoddle KD. Big up Hoddle KD. Hoodie KD. Would you start Dragerson or over Romero or VDV? Well, he is going to start over Romero on Sunday.
Yeah.
But listen, we are doing a video on our predicted lineup, so watch out for that. That is coming. Members get to see it first, and then it will brought out to you guys who are not members. We've got Quinn Jones. Big up, Quinn goes. Favorite Spurs player of all time? He's asking. Philip, I'll let you go first.
Jimmy Greaves. One and only. I'll never change my mind on that.
I'm stuck between two. I'm stuck between Mickey Hazard, who I love, who I absolutely adore Mickey Hazard, and actually a player that gets very rarely mentioned, and I've only seen on videos, never saw him play live, was John White.
Oh, yeah.
That player, I think, could have fitted into any team and just run. He ran the Tottenham midfield, didn't he?
Yeah, he was known as the Ghost. He was known as the Ghost, yeah. Brilliant player. Struck by lightning in 1964. Shocking. Terrible.
Yeah. Then you got Glenn Hoddle and, of course, Jurgen Klinsmann, Teddy Sheringham, Nicky Barmby. But for me, Mickey Hazard, he was my idol as a kid. And also as a 60s player, I have to go for John White. I think he was unreal. Videos I've seen him in. He really was. We've got Billy Bremer, knew who he was. Yeah, you too, right? With the picture of him with Mackay getting them up by the scruff of the neck. You can see the referee on one side and Terry Venables looking right at the two of them, thinking, I'm just gonna leave it to Mackay now. He says favorite Spurs player of all time, which we've done, Quinn Jones. So I hope you like your answer. We've got Neil Shafton. It's simple. These next generation of fans are blessed with having former players or stories that get passed on to the next wave. It's dying a slow death. Would you agree with that, Philip?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You know, as years go on, players get forgotten. Like Dave Mackay's already been forgotten, which I find quite amazing.
We've got Gary Doherty or Chris Perry. We know where Carl's going with this one.
Yeah, Gary Perry.
You have to go with the Ginger Pele. You have to go. Ditto Philip says Colin Cross. John White would have been the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
It's such a shame what happened to him. Dave Mackay cried, didn't it? Did he cry at him or cry at Mackay breaking his leg for the second time?
No, Mackay would have broken his leg after John White was killed, actually. So, you know.
So he cried at that building. Okay. John White would have been the greatest of all time. Adrian Chart, Ginola, the maestro, when the V-neck HP. Yeah, I love that kit. Yeah. Absolutely love that kit, Adrian. Hoodie Ken's gone for... do you want to read these out, Philip? Sorry.
Paulina, Dybala or Gallagher. Well, Paulina is from Fulham, I think. He's wanted by a lot of clubs, and I don't think we'll be going for him. Bayern Munich are looking for him as well. Dybala, no, he's been around far too long. Gallagher's the one.
Gallagher for me as well. And then Brian McGuire, his favourite players were Glenn Hoddle and Ricky Villa.
Yeah, good choice.
Well, listen, thank you so much for watching this, guys. Not a lot of news around today. I am sorry about that. My person I use has taken a sort of half a day off, so it's a bit slow. But don't worry, we will be back tonight with the Transfer Weekly show. We're going to have We're going to go look through Radu's past, who's played for, stats for him. We're going to do a player profile also on Timo Werner. We're going to sort of go over the news of the last week, rate the window, me and Philip, and also we're going to talk a little bit about 70s football and 80s football and what makes football back then better than football now. So it's a bit of a mix tonight, isn't it, Philip? It's a bit of a little bit of a sort of relaxed show. Hoodie KD, Coys, we're back on tonight 9, so Hoodie, get up for that. Tequila, has the party started yet? It's starting at 9 o'clock tonight. Me and Philip are going to do that. We've got Colin Cross, Blanche Flower hardly gets a mention and refused to go on This Is Your Life. We're going to talk about him tonight. Neil Shafton, we've got their babblers, Just Hill, but injury prone, absolutely. And then we've got Predator. Hello, Dermot. Hello, Philip Dermot. How are you doing there? The Dyer leaving party, and that's Frank Gallagher. So scatter. Listen, I don't know what part you guys are on about. I do. Anyway, Philip, thank you so much. I know you need to go.
I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Whatever you do, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
And the big Ange, we trust.